This video is brought to you by Bitbox NES game cases. There is no better way to protect, store, and show off your NES game collection. Only available at StoneAgeGamer.com/Bitbox. Skip it up and that up. Gizmodo, who actually got their info from Popular Science, had this interesting fucking article on self-driving / autonomous cars, which the name describes itself. In the very near future, there is going to be cars that are going to be able to drive us from point A to point B without us even touching the steering wheel. I shouldn't say near future, but in our lifetimes, we're definitely going to see it. I mean, there's Ford Focuses and other Ford cars that can park themselves. They could parallel park themselves. So the technology is pretty much almost there, that we're going to be able to punch an address into our GPS, sit back like a boss. I don't know if I looked like a boss doing that, and the car is going to drive us there. But what happens when you get into a hairy situation while you're driving one of these self-driving vehicles? And this is what Popular Science brought up and Gizmodo brought up. Like, say, for example, I'm thinking of this off the top of my head. You're driving on a road. One side, there's a guardrail and a cliff or a river or whatever. And in the opposite direction, there's the opposing lane. And something happens where your tire blows out or whatever, and you're one person, you're the only person driving this car. In the opposing lane coming, you're going to hit them. There's 3 people in that car, and on the other side of you, there's the river. Now, what decision does your automated or self-driving car make? Does it risk killing 3 people or go into the river and just risk killing you? Think about that, man. That's crazy. So what's going to, now you may say, Rich, well, hey, 3 people are just yourself. Go into that river. Hopefully you survive and don't drown, but why would you risk 3 other people? So the computer or the robot in the car should make the decision to risk only your life, not the other 3. But what happens if you're in a situation, I'm thinking off the top of my head right now, where the other person, okay, he or she has passengers in their car. They just make a dumb decision, go through a red light, okay, and you're on this road where if you go make a right, you could veer into a truck, but if you hit them head on, you may be okay, your airbag may come out, but you'll end up, hurting or killing the other person. Because the other driver, because they made a dumb decision, should your life be sacrificed to save more people because they made a dumb decision? The computer should make you go head on into a truck? It's crazy, man. And there's probably going to be laws made about these autonomous vehicles too, or these self-driving vehicles. What should the lawmakers say? Should your life be sacrificed because 3 other lives will be saved? Now, again, obviously, you may say, hey, Rich, 3 other lives. What happens if your life is at risk to begin with because that other driver made a stupid decision? That other driver is drunk. There's so many different variables, man, and this made the wheels turn in my head. This is going to be a hairy situation. Think about it. And it's not too distant. It's going to be in our lifetimes that this shit's going to happen. It makes you really think. Should the computer sacrifice us, when we're driving this self-driving car, or should it sacrifice the people in the other car? What makes that okay? What's the variable that makes that okay? Just more people? So even if the other driver makes a really dumb mistake, and the computer even realizes it, but there's 4 people in that car. Who cares? The guy's drunk. You're only one person. There's more lives in that car. What are the variables, and can the computer distinguish between these variables? It's blowing my mind thinking about this. These computers are going to have to play God in these cars, and it's pretty crazy to think about. How are they going to play God? What are the programmers going to make these computers do? Kill us, who's driving the car, or kill the other people driving the other car? And how is it going to judge that? I can't even speak right now almost because it's blowing my mind that much. Think about it. This is going to happen in our lifetimes. It's going to be interesting to see I mean, it's going to be sad to see, but it's going to be interesting to see what these computers choose in these self-driving cars and how this plays out in the future when it comes to when laws are created about it and the choices that are going to be made by programmers and lawmakers. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with self-driving cars when they get into hairy situations. All right, folks, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.